My beautiful stars, reading time. We're going for unspoken oracles today. All right, our beautiful main collective. What is going on in your life currently? What is going on? What is your main focus? I don't know why I'm staring at my crystal deck. I feel like okay. Fresh start. We love that. You could be coming. Do I have something in my hair? I got a little fluff ball. All right, we've got fresh start, especially with this family reconnection. You could be coming into realignment with certain family members, maybe. Or you've had some grievances with certain family members that you're starting to overcome. Healing conversations, new understandings, letting go of resentment, building roots, new beginnings, positive outlook, clean energy right now. You're ready for aligned opportunities. So just these two here, this collective, it's like there's a weight off your chest with something here, and it could can I speak? It could be something to do with family, or even permanent fixtures like childhood friends that have been in your life for a long time, but maybe there was a little bit of distance. Maybe it's been a few years since you've had this reconnection. We've got loyal friendships here, and we also have love triangle energy. So it feels from this collective there's definitely certain things to do with deeper soul bonds that you were really working on, but you also do have in your energy something to do with complicated dynamics, divided emotion, confusing loyalty. There's something that you think you need clarity with when it comes to this kind of complicated situation in your life. So I feel middle row being loyal friends. There's someone in your life you do have unshakable trust with that always shows up, shared laughter and healing, a bond that's solid. So I feel in the universe works in very beautiful ways. If you've got something here that has been very tiring, especially emotionally, it seems like the right collective, that kind of feeling I'm feeling, the weight, like just coming off your chest a little bit. I feel this collective, you are, or you at least have beautiful people in your life right now that you can turn to, which is probably easing the stress of whatever this situation is currently. For your first card to be fresh start, you're feeling new, right? You're feeling a little bit vibrant. You've had a moment to say to yourself, "Whew, I can breathe again," right? One more for your top row. I feel you've gone through a very big release here. This is what I'm feeling. So whatever this is, clarity needed, confusing loyalty, you do have, I'm seeing this with this, untold feelings, right? So unspoken words, certain emotion, truths that have been held back, lack of vulnerability towards this situation, but it's paired with peace error. There's something here that I think has been nagging on you for a long time. But again, there's this calm energy coming over this situation. You're grounding in confidence. You're starting to balance your emotion with this. You're choosing ease over pressure. So you're focusing on the things that are making you feel good, right? You're not focusing on the things, or you're really putting your effort into trying to not focus on the things that are weighing you down emotionally. This is good. I just want one more for this love triangle. I'm not even, what's sticking out here, complicated circumstance more. Okay, this could have been with someone that was more of a shorter lived romance or a shorter lived connection, right? So this is that summer fling. You could have met this person around summertime. there was an instant attraction with this person. It was only temporary. There was a lot of sweet memories. It was short but unforgettable, right? So if this was one of those connections that just was kind of a little bit rushed, 0 to 100, high intensity, I find connections that kind of lead that way, where you're leading with passion and intensity, physical attraction, physical chemistry, intimacy, a lot of depth of conversation and things that have been going on in the background in your personal lives, and things to do with, unfortunately, situations that were attached before you guys connected. It kind of leads to a lot of unspoken words, because you're just in this whirlwind of each other, that those connections that take time to grow and take time to get to know one another, there's a lot more depth that's accumulated because you do have those deep conversations. But when you're rushing a connection, and I always say how you start a connection is kind of the structure you put into the connection, and those connections you kind of just rush with the physical intimacy and all of that kind of stuff. That's kind of the structure. You get to know each other through more of that outlet than that real deep outlet, right? There's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. And I feel this situation here, unfortunately, because it feels like a rushed romance. There was a lot of things that unfortunately weren't spoken because you guys were just captivated with each other, right? And then I always say relationships that rush that intensity, it's like you get to the top of the mountain, right? You experience all the, and there's nowhere to go but down. And I'm just feeling intuitively this connection, yes, it was intense and there was a lot of sweet memories, but I don't think you and whatever this situation was, there was enough time to build vulnerability and depth. And unfortunately, as maybe the whirlwind started to die down a little bit, this collective, maybe you started finding out things, or maybe there was a sudden shift in energy or withdrawal of energy and you never understood why. And maybe there was a lot of complicated things in the background, but because you were just so captivated by each other, there was never enough time to put those deep conversations into place, right? Right, collective, it'll make sense because it's come through very clearly. Okay, fresh start. Oh, you got 2 here. Oh, I love it. I always say this, everyone over here, all of our collectives, you're going through some form of in-depth healing and self-discovery. But when it comes to your shadow work per se, the really hard stuff, the confronting truths about self, the things that we've suppressed to the bottom of our soul, sometimes we dissociate from. Sometimes it's really hard for us to take ownership of some of those qualities that need to shift. This collective, you've really been focusing on that self-indulgent shadow work, right? You've really been going deep within. You've been facing certain fears, releasing guilt, healing certain patterns. And I always say it's funny how the universe works. If you're coming into reconnection with family, especially if you've had a lot of burdensome, unfortunately, cycles that have played out in your life because of, unfortunately, family trauma, family grievances, the fact that this right collective, there's something about reconnection with the roots that you've created throughout your life. It makes sense with why you feel there's a fresh start with shadow work right now. It's kind of that full circle energy. You're really healing, properly healing that inner child. You're transforming your pain into power. You're a transmuter, alchemist. Okay, so there's a fresh start here when it comes to excessive work, putting in excessive time to certain things that maybe have been draining you. I've allocated this as now, when I see this validation wounding, working too hard towards situations, working too hard towards finance, working too hard for the sake of receiving validation for whatever you're putting your extreme efforts into, right? So there's something here. Let it be this situation. Let it be, because again, fresh start. There's something you've gone within and you've started to realize the areas you're putting excessive effort into, people, finance, whatever it is, and you've had a moment to question, this for validation? Am I doing this to hear certain words, right? Am I putting in excessive effort towards situations that, unfortunately, complicated circumstances, unspoken words? Am I more drawn to that no-win situation because it's affected my pride? Like, that's what I'm hearing here. There's something with this collective. You're releasing the need of thinking words or validation is going to help you process certain things that you're going through. But I will say as well, there's a fresh start here because of your healing journey when it comes to, I'm seeing that Six of Pentacles in reverse, even Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Situations you put excessive energy into, but it kind of feels like it's not being reciprocated back. That kind of working too hard for free, not feeling valued with the excessive energy that you've been putting into certain situations. It's like you could be in the middle of a job transition, or there's something here you're starting to realize your worth and what you deserve, especially if you are someone you go above and beyond. You know, those people at work, you can be completely swallowed at work, but managers, bosses are like, do this, do that, and you're like, yep, I'll do that, yep, I'll do that. Same in relationships, right? There's something here you're getting clarity with where you're wanting to direct your energy towards right now. But this says, and again, fresh start with this, if you're coming out of a period of losing joy with what you're doing or lack of motivation, or it's like there's this, again, weight being lifted off your chest, off your shoulders currently. It's like you're getting your spark back. Good. Trusting the signs. So again, the universe is aligning reconnection with people at the moment, or aligning the right people. You're believing, you're kind of believing in that perfect timing, right? You're understanding this is all happening for a reason. Like, you must be I always say, whenever I'm feeling someone that is like really connected and notices signs, and you're very self-aware, you know when there's shifts, you know there's a reason that there are certain shifts taking place in your life. You know it's for a far grander thing to come, right? This collective, when it comes to certain healing conversations, new understandings, letting go of resentment, rebuilding certain roots and structure in your life, you know the universe is sending this to you for a reason. Maybe you are going through another mind awakening as well. Maybe you're coming out of a period, and I find a lot of people on this path, at the start you notice signs and synchronicities everywhere, and then they start to fade away. You don't really notice them, but then as you go through another ascension, the signs start flooding in again. Maybe this collective for a long time, especially going through depth of healing and just trying to find center in things, you didn't feel the strongest form of connection to the universe for a while. But I feel this collective, it's like this eye is opening again and you're noticing everything. You feel like you're really being guided. It's funny, I did Angel Shuffle this one. I'm hearing the words. It's called Love Notes, and it's no matter the highs or lows, the universe sends us love notes. No matter the highs and lows. I know it's coming to my mind. It's like you're getting confirmation from the universe with the decisions that you're making right now, like in time. But you're getting that divine reassurance. It's good. All right, loyal friend. Full circle moment, and I felt it with this row. You're starting to see things so differently, and the universe is making sure of it. My last few collectives, this has been a big thing here. Lessons integrated, peace restored, acceptance achieved. This is your middle row. This is important. I'm going to say it again. I know I've said this in the last few readings, but I'm going to say it again. Sometimes you need to hear the same thing a gazillion times before it sets in. Bear with me. When you guys go through an activation, you really get inserted in that spiritual bubble, magical bubble, the bubble of soul transformation. a lot of you guys will end up cutting yourself away from the world, right? You really put yourself in that category of that lone wolf, especially if you do have, you know, broken bonds with family, or unfortunately you don't have friendships around you, or whatever the case. When you guys are going through that isolation, and I do think it's good for roughly about 6 months, but there's, especially if in your cycles and in your trauma you have grown up being a bit of a lone wolf, and it's been hard for you to make friendships, whatever it may be, they're lessons you also need to learn in your evolution of shadow work and ripping away layers and trying to understand why it is hard for you to trust in bonds and friendships. And I always say this journey is not just to learn how to be in love with someone, but to love all walks of life and understand the importance of unconditional love, of friendships, of family members, of pets, even strangers, right? That acceptance and understanding and love, right? Kindness for all walks of life. And there's a reason this is coming out. When we cut ourselves off from people, we're cutting ourselves off from lessons. And if you were on a healing journey and you were just solely focusing on healing for some form of love situation in your life, it makes the journey a lot longer, because you're not healing for self. And I understand, because I see it. You guys all go through a phase. You think by changing this and ripping away at this and that, it will create some form of healthy bond and flourishing dynamic with someone. But truly, when you are focusing on healing to gain something, it just really distorts your lens through this journey. But when you flip that switch and you start healing for self, you start healing for self and sense of peace and sense of center and sense of soul alignment. When you start healing because you really want to understand the roller coaster of life, you want to be able to deal with emotion better, you want to learn about the depth of you, right? Healing becomes so much easier. And when we are starting to heal for self, we start realizing, I want sparkle in my life. I want good in my life. I don't just want to be sitting in my spiritual isolation and over processing emotion, because when you don't have people to turn to, all you can do is live in your mind. And those little tiny triggers that, all those little moments of overwhelm, right? When people don't have a friendship to turn to or family members to turn to, even if it's just picking up the phone or going for a coffee or whatever it is, it makes healing so much harder, because something that's just a little overwhelmed, that if you're around good company, it really soothes the mind. When you don't have those people to turn to, you're consumed. You're consumed about that little tiny emotion, and it can really make something so little feel like this big tower, this big dramatic thing. If you don't have people in your life that show you there are good people out there, there are people you can trust, there are people you can get deep with, there are people that you can get vulnerable with, when you don't have people in your life that show you value, it is so much harder to get past things like this. But when you have people that you can turn to, that make you feel good, that make you feel appreciated, that put in that effort, that make you feel like a priority, there's like this flip that switches in your mind, and you truly do start to realize the value of good company, and then what makes you feel down and heavy. And believe it or not, when your soul is feeling this stuff, that's where your soul wants to be. So it's so much easier to cut through the bullshit of people that make you feel this big. When you're around people like this and they get you trapped in the mind of anxiety and fear and but then you're around people that make you feel full of light and just understood, you learn the lesson of what aligns with you and what doesn't far sooner. And this is why I always tell you guys, I get it. I get healing can feel quite isolating, but it's up to you guys to get yourself out there. Like, the universe will always give you inspired action, but you need to take that leap of faith. Let it be intuitively. You're like, oh, I want to start a new gym, or oh, I want to do a pottery class, or oh, I want to do the whatever it is. If you get intuitive pulls to start doing things and getting yourself around people, but you don't, you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to if you stop yourself from that intuitive nudge, you're cutting yourself off from people that the universe is trying to align with you. Through this whole healing journey, the universe does try and align people to you. But when you're so focused on just, unfortunately, a very heavy mindset and not wanting to get out and not wanting to socialize and just always affirming, no, I'm a lone wolf, I do life by myself. Like, when you, it's a detriment to you. And it's so important people understand the value of good people, and unfortunately people that weigh us down, because it's the good people that grow us. It's the good people that truly heal so much within. There's only so much healing you can do in isolation, right? The reason this is coming out for this collective and for the right collective, there's something here when it comes to certain reconnection of family or friends. It's creating a full circle moment in you. It's creating a realization, and this is why, believe it or not, right collective, when it comes to this untold, unspoken words, this divided emotion, complicated circumstances, you're finding peace here because of it. You're learning the lesson of what good people are and how important it is for us to have good people, right? And I want to say one more thing, it's coming to my mind. You could have been a collective in the past. When you're in love, that's it. It's like you lavish your love on one person and all other areas of your life start to dissipate away. Friendships, family, work obligations. You get distracted in every other department because you just want to lavish your love on one person, living in each other's pockets, 0 to 100, right? And I find the universe, again, this is coming out. This is a channel for a reason. When you come into a dynamic, right, and let's say one of you don't have friends, don't associate, don't socialize with family or friends, but then the other person actually has quite a tight-knit group of friends and family, right? Because you don't understand the value of unconditional love for family and friends. When that person is wanting to spend time with family and friends alone, this person with no people to turn to takes it personally. You start to overgeneralize. But I want to spend all my time with you. Why are you wanting to? Like, it's all internal because you haven't learnt the lesson of the value of good people in your life, right? And this, believe it or not, ends up being a very caging relationship. A lot of unnecessary arguments. You start to become accusatory. You start to think that this person wanting to spend time with friends and family means that they're going to cheat on you or they're going to do this, because you just don't understand, because you haven't experienced that depth of love for important people. There's a reason this is coming out for this collective. I always say, and this is part of healing layers in our life, it's not just healing triggers and reactive state and but it's healing all the things that have started from a young age that do make us feel that we need to isolate and don't have trust in people. And this journey is to really go through those things that have held you back in life. And anybody that enters relationships, I'm going to be honest, long term, if you don't have, you're delaying the inevitable. It's going to become disastrous, because there's moments in relationships, right, where even conversation, depth of conversation, sometimes your partner may not completely align to everything you want to talk about, or they have different interests. But if you don't have a friend to talk about those things, it's too much pressure, right? And then you get triggered and you think, oh, you're not listening to me. And in connections, you need an escape. It's just part of the soul, what the soul needs. And I feel this, right collective, you're learning valuable lessons about this. I promise you, long term, if you have one person that has a surroundings and then there's another person that doesn't have any surroundings to turn to, it's too much pressure. It's too much pressure long term. Understanding the value of people is so important on your healing journey. Again, it makes the process a lot easier. Okay, shorter lived romance, love triangle. So there is something here you're lacking confidence with right now, but I think you're really trying your hardest to not focus on it. You're doubting yourself, you're comparing, forgetting your worth. This would put you in a completely distorted lens, right? A bit of distorted masculine, feminine all together. If you're comparing, it's igniting insecurities, you're checking, you're spying, going over socials, checking followers, like that is a distorted masculine and a distorted feminine lens. It's taking you out of your worth. If you feel like this person has chosen someone over you, there is a reason for everything, right? Like, look what's around this, and then we've got this one row. And I can tell this collective, especially with the way I'm speaking, you're going through a lot of internal evolution and layers. And I think this collective, you know wholeheartedly, this does not serve you. But it's pulling at you, but you're still learning lessons from this row, right? Especially the process of rushing love. Maybe you are a collective. You love that intensity. There's a reason I described what I was describing. That's not healthy for anyone. Again, you're delaying the inevitable. You're getting physically intimate and this and that and just completely obsessive before even getting to know each other. You're moving through lust. You're moving literally through lust, not love. How can you truly love someone if you don't know them to the depth of the core? All of their cracks and crevices. That's where true love is shown. You choose each other through those broken moments. There's something here for the right collective. This connection took off so quickly that you built a structure of just intense passion and sexual chemistry that you didn't build the habit and structure of getting deep and vulnerable, right? And if this has been a pattern for you in relationships, another thing that the universe is wanting you to heal and realize. How you approach a situation with someone that you're wanting companionship, again, that's how you're building the structure. And I find people that just lead with that lust and that it's hard to get to know someone at a deep level when you've just led with sexual energy. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And this is what this is helping, your authentic expression. So this untold feelings and this and that, you're starting to realize, especially with this row, authenticity would have probably been hard here because you guys were leading with passion and lust. But right now, you're no longer shrinking. You're letting your real self shine. Alignment over approval. Like I said, this row here, I feel you're getting past it, but I do think there's just little triggers in the mindset, right? But again, don't compare. Don't let it lose your confidence. Just learn the lessons from it, right? What lessons was this connection meant to provide for you, to help you through life and help you not repeat things, right? And I find people, and I see this with love that orbits, so every time they come in, you get stuck on a layer. If you led with a lustful connection, that would have been part of your layer. Every time this person came in, Knight of Wands, it would have ended lustful, and you probably got triggered, but that was the dynamic you created. A lustful, passionate, connection. Can you blame this person for always coming in that way? Because that's what they got accustomed to with you. That was where you both felt safe through your physical intimacy, right? We always talk about the layers you get stuck on, the block, the ghost, whatever it is, whatever your layer is, however it always replays when someone enters your life, right? With a love that is bound to your contract for some form of lessons. Again, if the lustful approach always triggered you, again, see it outside of the box. The universe, in a funny way, was saying, well, this was the structure you unfortunate. I was about to say maybe you finally broke it, but this is why this kept coming in this way, to teach you. You don't want that energy. You don't want to be, feel to be an object. You don't want to feel that this person's just interested in that. Maybe try and approach situations a little bit differently next time, right? Because in the moment when things were great, you probably loved the lustful approach. Right, collective, you'll know what I'm saying. Okay, one more. So there is still a little bit of you, right person, wrong time. You're definitely going through healing and transition. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Just connection too soon, paths not ready. There's deep emotion that remains, but you need a distance for growth. There's a reason I'm talking the way I'm talking. There's clearly been a lot of lessons here, but again, take away the longing and wanting this person back. Look at it as a lesson. What do I still need to learn from this situation? Whatever's contracted to you, I say this all the time, anybody that orbits in your life, anybody that keeps coming back around until you learn the lessons that are bound to it, what's going to happen? It's going to keep orbiting the same way. This is why I always tell you guys, approach it differently. And just follow it with silence. You don't need to explain. You don't need to over-explain. You want to break the cycle. Stop talking. Stop putting energy into it, right? Let it go. Let it go. And if the universe is aligning people to you that make you feel good, in these moments, turn to the people that make you feel good. Okay. I'm just going to get a couple of these crystal cards because I was tossing up. All right, so we've got speed action. So something's coming around in your energy right now. It's activating some form of impulse, but it's meant to balance the scales. You're going to be sitting in, or you are sitting in, some big decisions, but again, to create balance. How do we create balance? To make decisions differently. Now, you do still think whoever clearly that person is the peanut butter to your jelly. You could be eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Beautiful. I feel it. I know we went into a lot of explanation, but I think there's a reason for everything. There's clearly that explanation needed to come out to maybe tweak a few things. You're focusing on letting go of resentment of all things. So how we spoke about that row that's affecting your heart space, maybe there was some pennies that dropped there to help you balance internally. This collective, you were really trying to embody that divine feminine stillness, right? But just remember just how distorted feminine and distorted masculine feed off each other. It's the same on this journey of reaching that divine evolution. You're feeding off your feminine and masculine, right? Where a lot of people just think, I need to be love and light and compassion and unconditional love makes me a doormat. No, you need the strength of that masculine, right? The strong boundaries, standing in your authority, still having that sensitive but well-directed approach, right? You need both. You need both. This is what really finds your balance and center, right? Compassion doesn't mean that you need to be a little doormat to people's bad behavior. Believe it or not, sometimes having compassion is being strong, standing in conviction, not enabling, speaking truth, but in a tactful way. That's actually more compassionate. People really need to understand, just because you're finding strength in voice and authentic expression, it doesn't mean that you're not a kind, gentle person. It means you're standing in conviction, right? Power of voice is very important. You can't be a divine feminine without the embodiment of divine masculine by its side. It's one in the same. I actually saw Kelly, and I had this, and I didn't even realize I had this until I never used this deck. Kelly on Divine Empress Tarot 333 here on YouTube. My soul sister, the love of my life. I love her dearly. And again, you can have multiple loves of your life at the same time, not like cheating, but I mean the importance of unconditional love, especially in friendships. Like, I send her love songs. I love her. Hold on, there's this actually, let's actually shuffle a card here. But she went over in this deck, it has distorted feminine, masculine, divine feminine, and the masculine card in the divine masculine, the way that he needs his feminine, and not, let's take away meat suit, but energy, divine masculine energy needs that feminine energy to flourish, and it's the same with the feminine needing the masculine to flourish, right? Hold on, I just want to get one card for your feminine energy. This is called True Love Oracle. There is a reason I've never used this deck. Like, there's a reason it's in its box. Like, till this time, there's a reason. Okay. So this is your feminine energy. Inner peace. I love it. So you really are focusing on your inner peace. Inner peace era, right? Number 17. 17 could be a good number too. And look at her. Look at her sitting there, reading, expanding her mind, doing things that she loves. She's got her favorite foods by her side. She's sitting in nature, grounding herself, cosmic energy all around her. She's focusing on the things that make her feel content and still. Her mind is focused on things that create inner peace, right? First part, you're now not focusing on all the things. Oh my God, I need to do this. I need to heal. When are they coming? When are they this? When are they that? What's going on here? I need to see how they're feeling. I need to see this. It's like there's this huge expansion of your mind. And it is okay that it still niggles at you, but it's how you're dealing with that pull. It's how you're dealing with the memory, right? Be proud of yourself. To get this, I haven't read it, but let's read it. You really are. You're coming into balance. So don't be mad at yourself if this is coming over you. There's something you're still learning, right? There's something you're still learning. And that is okay. Embrace all lessons on this journey. 17. Just don't feed into the distorted energy. Like, if you're feeling it, that's great, but sit in nature, find the lesson. You just don't want to be turning on to things that are validating your distorted energy, aka your person, channeled message from your person. This is how they feel. Like, you just don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be accelerating it. You want to find, okay, I'm feeling them, but I'm going to find peace over this, so I'm going to center through this, right? Don't feed into the distorted energy going outside of yourself. Feed into the internal balance of energy. How are you going to find that? Creative outlet, being around people that you love, going for a walk in nature, sitting under the moonlight, sitting under the sun. Sun energy balances our masculine strength. Feminine energy, moon, right, balances our feminine stillness. I always say, you guys get the answers. You guys get the answers. You all have a channel to... Everyone is born a spiritual being. Everybody. This collective, to have divine feminine here, you would resonate with the divine journey, right? You're a high priestess, an oracle. Anyway, inner peace. Know that you are unique and valuable. Authentic expression. Be yourself and attract the love specially created for you. Love of all walks of life, right? Okay, so... encouragement. This is how to keep balancing your feminine energy, right? So every time you're feeling a little bit which I don't think this collective, it's that intense. You're going through scale energy right now, but there is something that's like pulling at you. So maybe this person's popped up. There's something that's accelerating a bit, but this collective, I can see it. You're learning a powerful lesson here. There are a few things more challenging to your self-esteem than living without that special someone in your life or being unhappy in a relationship. Many people wonder, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. The imposter syndrome over the complicated. So you're learning a lesson on true inner confidence. This has got nothing to do with you. It's clearly a lesson. It's a lesson you needed to learn in this lifetime. One of them being comparing self-worth, a worthiness thing, right? Just accept it. If you were someone, you're a little detective, you do check people's followers, or, you know, reading the comments, how they followed this person, how they followed that person, jealous in relationships, be very claiming or accusatory in relationships. It's an insecurity wounding, right? Own it. Every time you're getting triggered about something like that, oh, there's my little shadow wounding me. Why am I feeling insecure in this situation? I'm a fucking catch, right? I'm a unicorn. Like, it's just reaffirming in those moments. Don't push it away. Accept it. Accept it about self, because as soon as we accept it, we notice it. We notice when the trigger's coming up, and this is how we truly heal it. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You're perfect, but you need to believe in you're perfect. Of course, the truth is that there is nothing wrong, although it can certainly feel that way at times. Another common unhealthy attitude is that other people or the opposite sex are in the wrong, going outside of yourself, blaming. Neither of these ideas are helpful, right? Why blame? Why this? Go within, learn the lesson. If the love of your life came sweeping into your world today, he or she would not be able to alter your sense of self completely. Now is the time to take a clear look at yourself through loving, empowering eyes. Sit with your journal and write down everything you have accomplished in your life. Do it. This is making sense. You are coming into feminine energy, but there are things that it's that lacking confidence in something still. Find confidence until you heal those. It's a worthiness thing, right? And it doesn't matter if it's this person or the next. If you aren't getting to the cracks and crevices and the depth of it, shadow work, it'll just carry on in your next relationship, right? It's just going to carry on. This is why, understand this healing journey, feeling, and I find people that are properly healing, some of you guys stay single for years, right? But you're meant to, so you don't repeat another toxic cycle of love. Write down everything you are good at and everything you have to offer in a relationship. This simple exercise will help you understand that you are and always have been enough. You were drawn to this card today because the universe is urging you to value your uniqueness. One of a kind. No one has your blueprint. No one. So don't compare to others either. That person ain't you. What is it? Apples and oranges. They're incomparable. You can't compare them. Different. Everyone feels that they could do, be, or achieve more. It's great to have goals or to strive to improve yourself. And being the best that you can be is genuinely It's great to have goals or to strive to improve yourself, and being the best that you can be is genuinely powerful way to live. Just be the best you every day. Stay in your own lane. We say it all the time. A little tip, and I say this to you guys, every day I just focus on me and being the best version of myself. And before I go to sleep every night, I ask myself, was I proud of myself today? What could I have done better? I'm just focusing on my day at hand, right? I'm focusing on my greatness. The trick is to live it from a place of excitement with willingness to discover what is possible for you, not because you are compensating for feeling less than. Realizing that you are enough, the way that you are takes time, spiritual awareness and emotional maturity. When we have grown up in a life not feeling good enough, having to chase validation from our parents only validating us when we're achieving, or whatever the case may be, it's a hard wound. Shadow starts from 3-4 years old. It's a decade worth of clearing. It doesn't just happen overnight, right? Be gentle with yourself. And this is why it's so important to align with people that do make you feel good, so that it's easier to flip that switch in the mind. What are we up to? Make time in your life to cultivate confidence. Really listen to people when they pay you a compliment. Don't reflect or diminish it. Remind yourself daily that everything in the universe, every snowflake, and I saw that, handle yourself gently, right? Healing, it's fragile. You've got to be kinder to yourself. Every tree, every flower, every person has a place, has a meaning for our life. You are meant to be you, and you are enough just the way you are. What's that? Amazing, just the way you are. When I see your face, Bruno Mars. Sing it to yourself. Go into a mirror, affirm yourself. Mirror, portal. I used to tell you guys this all the time. If you can't stand in a mirror and affirm your greatness, right, or sing that song to yourself without getting shy and like, is someone watching me? That means your soul, you looking in, you don't believe it. You don't believe those words. Every day, affirm yourself for minimum 10 days. How amazing you are, how beautiful you are, how confident you are, what a catch you are, that you're a unicorn, whatever it is, whatever you want to affirm to yourself. Until you can look at yourself square in the eyes with conviction and start to smile as you're saying it, there's an issue. Add that to your daily routine. Affirm yourself with confidence. When you're doing your face in the morning or brushing your teeth, whatever it is, just be blowing smoke up your own ass, right? Learn to be proud of who you are. And this is on page 46, which comes to 10. I love it. So they're saying for you to really balance this feminine energy, you, confidence in you, and never compare. That's distorted masculine, comparing. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Oh, why am I getting that? Spiritual maturity. Beautiful. Wait, that's not the deck. I'm getting this. I'm all over the place. One more. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water sign, but emotions running high. Clearing, clearing. Embrace the emotion. Feel the emotion. Months in Cups in Tarot, months. We've been balancing for the... Maybe you do. Readings are finding, I always say they find you at the perfect time if they're really for you, every single detail. Well, my readings anyway. So you've got speed action and you've got message and incoming communication. But there's something, whatever's on its way or whatever you're sitting in, you need confidence in the situation. You need to see yourself, you need to trust in yourself, you need to know how it's making you feel and how it's making you not feel, right? There's something here, you're learning authentic expression and being proud of yourself. Let's get one more for this. Actually, let's get one more for speed action first. Good. You see, you have to make a choice. You could already be on a crossroads. I'm going back to your first deck. Everything around you seems so balanced. But it's that one row that takes your inner peace away. It makes you lack confidence in the situation. So clearly, in an odd way, this person, if you've got so much strength and confidence in other areas of your life, but this person puts fear into your soul, or you compare, or you're not confident in standing firm in your boundaries or your silence, this person takes your confidence away. That's not good. There's a reason I say everything. If you're wanting to break a cycle here, choose silence. You don't need to rush anything. Let's get one more for this. Oh, romantic oh, okay. So something's come in. Or it's about strength of a warrior. If this has just come in, or it's about to, and it's doing everything that's happened, because even if it hasn't come in, for the right collective, that's what you're going to feel. You're going to feel it's like there's going to be this rush of lack of confidence to stand into self, right? I want to see how the universe, hold on, I want one more for Divine Feminine. I'm just going to confirm these. Divine Feminine. Wishes coming true when you truly find your balance. Let's be real, this collective, you are coming into it, but higher self is confirming, there's something here. This still takes away your inner peace, right? Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that, oh no, I'm fine. If you're having to play games, if you're ready, do I move, do I don't, do I did, it's your distorted energy feeling like you have to play games, right? You're already questioning what decision to do. It's not a natural decision. It's not a natural response. It's already illuminating distorted energy, right? Your true wishes coming true is this, your inner peace era, right? So if I was this collective, I would be going towards whatever creates inner peace. Peanut butter or jelly or not? Oh, well, you can see it with the love triangle. I'm going to be honest. How I explain that love triangle summer fling energy, I do think this collective, there was things that were unspoken, but unfortunately it was the pattern, that was the dynamic that you created in the situation. I think whatever lies and deceit is here, it was embedded before your connection even started to blossom. So it was just more unspoken words, right? If you are still holding on to lies, deceits, and deception from why this all fell apart, it's such a past thing, right? If you're still holding on to this, it's something that has knocked your confidence, your pride. It's something that, unfortunately, it is. It's that validation wound. It's not being chosen. It's something more to do with your pride. Don't go outside of yourself. I'm not saying that this wasn't embedded in the connection, but if you had handled the connection differently, and again, this would have been a pattern of how you approach relationships. If you would have gone slower, if you would have had vulnerabilities and getting to know someone as a priority, not sexual chemistry and passion, it wouldn't have gotten to this place, right? And I'm saying this tough love, triggering, it's the truth. It's a lesson. It's a lesson for you on how you used to move through love connections. You would try and rush it. You were trying to fill a void. This journey is to make you realize you fill your void. You complete you. When we find an attraction to someone and we're rushing it, it's like we're just getting our claws into it. You're mine, you're not going anywhere. That's our fault. That's our wounding's fault, right? This is what you're healing. Am I saying that there's not this here? I'm not saying that, but you can't be wanting something but then holding on to, oh, but this, and there was love triangle, and it doesn't make sense, right? You either find your confidence, walk away, or if you want to fix it, do it differently. Don't approach it the same way. Justice, legal. Confusion and turmoil. You don't need to be confused. You don't need to. Get your confidence back in the situation, right? Hold on, I want to see Sun, happiness. This is not this person's perspective. This is not your perspective. I want to see how the universe sees this situation. Universe, how are you seeing this situation? It's fizzling out. It's a dying love. The spark is gone. You've hit a dead end. It's time to move on. This love doesn't serve you, right? And I know that's tough to hear, but you can... The right collective, whatever this is, it needs to move on. You need to move on from this cycle. Okay, there's long distance here now. This could have been a connection that you met while traveling, I guess. But I'm more seeing this as whatever this cycle is, this needs to be moved on from. Yeah, it's all surface level rubbish. It's not going to work because that's the structure you created. So hypothetically, even if this is something that's destined for you, until you break this cycle, until you truly move on, and I always say breaking a cycle, it takes time. It's not you just choosing silence one time, it's going to break the cycle. This, whatever this situation is currently, the universe is saying it's dying. This isn't going to work. There's not one thing you're going to say here it's going to work. This needs to be moved away from. It's too surface level. It's about attraction and passion, and they're saying love yourself first, focus on self-care, which you are doing. The doggy bag, pile of shit at the moment. Like, be honest with yourself. Delayed gratification. They know that you're waiting. The unfinished business. Games. Dying love. Literally kicking the bucket. This needs to be removed. Tough love. It's the truth. You either want to listen to it or you don't. Your distorted energy would be going, ugh. If everything in this reading has aligned with you, every detail, we talk about it all the time, you're resonating, your mind's going, and you know this is your reading, and now this has come out and you're like, nah, that's not my reading. That is not my reading. This part doesn't fit. Distorted. Your confidence is getting wounded. Validation wounding. I just have to say it. If everything has lined up to you, everything. And this part, because this is how the universe is seeing this, not how you're seeing this, not how they're seeing this. This is the universe's outlook. And now you're getting triggered. Reflect on your true feminine energy. This says an irreversible ending, no second chances. It's a loss here. This says divorce breakup. This needs to be one more for that. Empty. It creates emptiness. How are you really going to find this balance? Sorry. Tough love. Time of sadness, grieving, loss, loneliness. They're saying you should want more out of life. I agree. Overseas. Oh, what a prick. Wedding archers. Maybe this person did get married. You got love triangle. Maybe through the distance they found unkind behavior, bad intentions. Be careful, they're emotionally unavailable right now. Romantic gesture or not, this is my advice. You can choose to listen to it. This is time for you to break this cycle. Without breaking this cycle, you're not, and I don't even want to say you're not going anywhere. From what the universe is seeing about this situation right now, they're not giving me future. They're seeing it right now. This is a waste of time. Don't put yourself back on the loop. There's a reason I say everything. Silence. You don't need to explain nothing here. Getting married, weddings, celebrations. Blah. So I'm hearing two things. This person's either married, right? Liar, pants on fire. Or even through all of this, no, universe's perspective. You need to travel on from maybe thinking this is going to be your life partner. Maybe that's why you've been holding on, but it's all been your lack of confidence of self, thinking that you deserve something like this. It all comes down to this card. If you are sitting here thinking this is the person you're going to end up with, universe's perspective, they're saying this person's a prick. Not in those words. They wouldn't be saying that. They love everybody. But a prick for your soul, anyway. A prick for your soul, 100%. The damage that's been done, it's irreversible by words and romantic gestures. This would, I don't even want to talk hypothetical of the future. You need to be in the outlook. This person's a prick. This is dead. This is kick the bucket, bag of dog shit, right? Truly. Sorry about my language. Maybe you swear a lot. Beauty. Oh, locked in. How can you be, it's what we said before, and the universe is confirming. How can you be locked in with someone that you never even really got deep with? It was just passionate and lustful and high in toxicity of sexual chemistry. And how can you know you're locked in with someone when you haven't seen all the bads and you're holding? This is your wounding. This is your wounding. I love you guys, but this is, I've been saying it, we're changing it up. That first part about how the right collective approach this love situation, it's a pattern for you. You get invested before you know someone at a deep level. As long as there's chemistry, as long as there's attraction, as long as it's like, I can be with you every day. It's like there's a lesson for you to how you lead in relationships. You can't be locked in with someone that you don't know to the depth of the soul. Because this is where we grow relationships, through the frictions, through the triggers, seeing they're here for the worst. They're here for the worst. They want to nurture me. They don't judge me for this. They want to grow with me through this. There's eternal love fixed on you, but it was such a surface level love, right? Yeah, you could have had some conversation. I'm not saying you guys didn't talk to each other. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it was just sex. But, like, really think about it. Because for the right collective, the universe wouldn't be confirming this if it wasn't the case. It's funny because this bag of dog shit, they're like, yep, that's a plan. Sorry. And again, universe. So this person coming in for a romantic gesture, right? You want to hope they're not looking at you as a plan B. Sorry, I have to say it, but asking you out on a date, making plans, creating a plan, what? Because they've got friction in their love life through these complicated circumstances. This collective, confidence, you know who you are. Whatever this romantic gesture is, it honestly seems like a waste of your time, but that's up to you. I'm only here to advise. You don't have one good card here. Last one. That fell on the dog shit. In the sack, it's all about making love and passion and lustfulness, right? This person just wants to get you in the sack. But unfortunately, love, you guys, let's not blame. This is the monster you created. Monster you created. Don't enable it no more. That's all they're wanting here, right? It might take you out and blow smoke up your ass, and then you might get all invested again, boundaries coming down. This person might ask you for on a date and then, you know, turn up at your house and you end up just Netflixing and chilling and they don't even take you anywhere. Like, there's a reason this is coming to my mind. You don't want to feel this way. You don't want to feel like they're just taking advantage of you. Don't let them. Don't let them. Triggering. But again, this collective, you wouldn't still be watching if you didn't know that, like, you know that this is not healthy for you. Romantic gesture or not, there's too much shit here that's been done, right? You need to be honest with yourself. Because especially with this one, really be honest with yourself. Do you think you feel this invested more because, unfortunately, this really did affect your confidence? It really did affect your pride. I'm getting you a High Priestess deck because I just think you're so powerful, but you're not believing in your power. Soul Mission, 9-9. You have been brought here for a reason, amidst the infinite possibility and despite all odds. You know what I'm hearing as well? If you really are here, you got Divine Feminine card. If you're really here for a soul mission, right? And especially divines, you guys are here to teach the world everything I just spoke about at the start. Kindness, acceptance, all of that stuff. Unconditional love of all walks of life. You are meant to make people view love, the way we love people, a different way, right? But you need to accomplish that first. You need to walk the path first. How can you teach if you have not walked, right? See the lessons in why this stuff keeps coming to you. They want you to grow and evolve, alchemize, transmute it. You are no longer an empath. They're transitioning you into a healer. You need to feel these things. You need to grow through these things so you can teach people how to grow through these things, right? Don't, I know this sounds harsh, but just see this person as one big fat lesson right now. Don't focus on the future. Right now, and I didn't read future, I read right now. This is a bag of shit, right? This is dying. Kick the bucket, off we go, see you later, sayonara. This person's a prick, a self-unaware prick, right? Sorry, I'm using harsh words, but this is where this collective, don't let them take you 10 steps back. The universe is aligning full circle moments, people that value you, coming into your peace era, and long and behold, you get a test. Blast from the past. Ugh. Don't let it take you 10 steps back. When you align with your true calling, your life takes on new meaning and you feel a sense of direction. And that's what's going on right now. You're feeling good. Don't let no one take your sparkle away. Have faith in your journey and trust is guiding your true path, because you're strong enough to see this lesson. You're strong enough to alchemize it. You're strong enough to release the burden of it, right? Hold on. It's going. I'm just being called to get you. I just want to see your soul, your depth of your soul, not your overthinking mind, because that's what you're really tapping into right now. Soul seeker. Truth. You're thinking, your energy, right? Your energy right now, long term. You could be focusing on family there because that's your first part. But your energy right now, and this is where energy aligns and doesn't, right? Your energy right now, stability, long-term, longevity. You're not wanting no fling, no summer romance, no you're not wanting that. That's not how your energy is shining. So anyone that's coming in with that intention, one is going to make you feel unsafe, is going to make you question, make you go within and ping pong in the mind, right? Very highly triggering energy. So you will know straight away, your energy doesn't lie. So if this person is in and you're ping ponging, you're feeling this way, or you're getting highly triggered, it's because they're not aligning with what you're envisioning right now. And that's not their fault. It's your fault if you accept it. Sorry, but it's the truth. Our body tells us straight away what aligns and what doesn't, but people don't listen to their emotion. If you have to go into your mind, oh no, I'll just choose silence, I'll just do this, or maybe I'll wait to see if they write another message, maybe I'll see this, maybe you are in distorted energy trying to control the situation. Your whole body is telling you off limits, step away, right? The message comes in, the phone call, your heart's going from here in China, right? You don't feel safe, you don't feel content. Right now, your energy is shining long term. You aren't wanting today and just, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's coming in, especially romantically, that's triggering that in you, your body is rejecting their energy. So listen to your body, not your mind, right? Your internal. Lead with the heart, not with the mind. But another thing, they're really wanting you to focus on, there's something clearly in your cycle with family reconnection that is important. It's important for your healing journey. So I'm going back to the first part, especially because this has come out again. I don't know if maybe I was feeling more there's things that you're overcoming with family, but maybe you've been pushing it off. Maybe you've been holding it off. For this to come out here again, there's certain patterns in your family that they're really wanting you to be aware of right now. Okay. But there could also, just side note, maybe, and I find I'm seeing someone being reflected lessons right now. So siblings, parents, cousins, aunties, are they reflecting to you maybe past behavior that you used to embody with others? Are they going through similar situations right now in their own relationships? I feel the universe is reflecting back lessons of past self and past decisions to you. You know those moments you see in a connection, you're like, holy shit, I used to be like that. Like, you know those moments? That's what I'm seeing. Obstacles for a reason, because the obstacles are growing you. Blockages, detours, and delays right now for a reason. I'm intrigued to see what confirms that, because this, I'm going to say what I'm hearing. Anything that obstacles, delays with something you want, right? Even though it's presenting as a no-win situation, this collective, it's a wounding, because I feel the more obstacles, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, the more you're enticed by, right? It's an ego thing. It's a confidence thing for the right collective. That inner peace that you really need to find confidence to balance that true feminine energy, right? And that confidence comes from that masculine energy thriving off one another. Options. You know what I'm advised. Strategy. Everything we say. It's going to be a middle row. Anything you have to be strategic with. Just remember, love, relationships of any kind, they should not be a chess game. They are not a game to be played. Any person in your life that you have to approach strategically and it is like a game of chess, my advice, especially if you're on a healing journey, run the opposite direction. Run the opposite direction. Start noticing in all areas of your life where you have to be 10 steps ahead before making a decision. One more. Oh! That one flew. That one's important. Blue eyes. So this is, I'm actually seeing as a detail. This person could have blue eyes. You could get the sparkle back in your eyes, right? Ocean eyes. You could have just listened or heard that song too. Don't let anyone suck your sparkle away. All right, family. Online, there's something you're learning. I'm seeing this as learning, right? But I'm hearing this, just side note, more surface level as a detail. If you were getting online, because I find a lot of divine feminines, you jump online. Maybe there's opinions throughout your family about your online presence. Maybe there's been certain discussions about this, or I'm hearing that as a detail. But there's something here you're meant to learn through the patterns of family right now. I knew it. The more obstacles, the more you're attracted, the more you want it. It's an ego thing. It's a wounding thing. And the universe is wanting you to see this. Anything that knocks your confidence, you want more when it comes to matters of the heart. So because of the obstacles, you were like, nah, this is my attraction. This is my person. The harder the situation, the more strategic, the more it seems like a game of chess. You are hooked, right? I think I'm not giving you enough credit. You are breaking free from it. But this is tough love, so you can finally not give in to this romantic gesture at the moment. You want to know if this is really your divine person? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Break the cycle. Choose the silence. Because I promise you, once you break the cycle out of your contract, you will start to lose emotion for them anyway. But you can't keep trying to make this work by being strategic, by being this. Right now, this situation, you've got, sorry, I have to say it. What came out, and they've got some nice cards, that deck, you've got pretty much all, right? You've got to learn and really look back in past cycles with love. The harder the love, the more you would want it, right? The more you felt you were pulled to it. This collective, if you believe this to be something special and you've put a label on it, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And then you'll give yourself the answers. Because if they never come back, at least you're not wasting your time anymore. Just saying. Player options. Your soul knows it. Your soul knows it. The love track, your soul knows it. It's your option. It's your decision at the end of the day. But your soul is literally telling you they are the same person right now. They are the same person. They haven't healed. Whatever broke you apart, if it's not healed and changed, it will repeat. Oh, stop it. Fairy tale love, but it's a strategic chessboard. Fairy tale love, kindred spirits, not full of obstacles. They want to wine and dine me. They want to show me off. This is a fairy tale love. This is my... Okay, eyes are important. You would be a blue and green eyed pairing. Or maybe it's that mixture of blue and green. Like the grey color eyes. You know how it's not blue, but it's not green? Why do I actually feel that's an eye color? And that's a rare eye color, that. But it does say sparkly. Sparkly. Let's get one more for that. You got another set of eyeballs. Eyes are important, but you got the serious one, but you got the yin and yang. But that's what you want, to settle down, stable foundation. That's what I'm seeing that you want. Okay. Let's speak boundaries. Bear with me. This is important. This collective, look at the energy you're coming into, your first part. You still have a very valuable lesson to learn with love. It's the only thing that can just throw you off havoc a little bit right now. The universe is wanting you to see that you're blocking love, right? They're just wanting you to see it. That's all it is. They're just wanting you to understand you deserve the best in the world. And they're trying to show you with the people they're aligning to you, right? Now, what I'm picking up intuitively from this, I feel this person has caused a lot of uncertainty, a lot of damage in your life. And maybe this person, for the first time in a long time, they're actually coming in with a romantic gesture. They're coming in kind of presenting like they want to take you out and they want to do this. So there's this little bit of change in them, right? There's a little bit of change. But the thing is, you're not giving this person enough time to show you the consistent change. If you have been through so much damage, right, and you feel this triggered and overwhelmed when they're not even in your physical presence, and it's hard for you to put up boundaries and speak your authentic self, do you really think it's the smartest thing to do to go and wine and dine and go on a date with this person right now? Because deep in your soul, everything that this person has done to you in the past and your interactions, every time you've orbited, it's always been strategic. It's always been stuck on a certain layer, lustful, whatever it is, right? So this time, this person may be coming in a little bit differently, but with everything that's been done in the past, don't you think it still deserves boundaries? Don't you think it still deserves you standing in your confidence, your true inner peace, and understanding what you truly deserve? Just because there's a few words to fluff you in, right, it doesn't mean there's change. And the universe just wants you to get to a point. You understand the damage it's done. This has now died. Like, this is now, it's not what it once was. So why would you try and take off where you left off without growing and getting to know each other again, to even see? And I talk about the stepping stone. You can't go from a 10 of swords to a 10 of cups. First, you want to see if you can even hold a conversation. And by the looks of it, this collective, you guys, the way you started your romance, it was very lustful, very passionate. Like I said, it's not that you guys didn't talk to one another, but did you ever really, really have that depth? Did you, like, these are things you need to ask yourself. Are you still leading with the attraction of the connection? Are you still leading with the trauma because you haven't won, because it's affected your confidence, your pride, the lack of validation, the lack of closure, the lack of unspoken words? Be honest with yourself. Is this what's really drawing you in? Because this collective, it's up to you what option you take. But underneath the surface, this person, it's still exactly the same behavior, but maybe this time there's a sorry, I really want to see you. Can we at least catch up so we can talk face to face, right? But you've got to remember, this person, it seems like they're going through you don't want to be that plan B, right? So again, it's up to you what you do. But for this collective, if I was you, I'd be looking for consistency. I would be looking for your own emotion, how it's making you feel. Do you feel safe? Are you being strategic, right? I'm telling you right now, I don't feel this person is in the energy of life partner, wanting a foundation, wanting this. It seems like this is what they're still wanting in their life. So that's why you're getting triggered. That's why it doesn't feel safe, because your energies aren't aligning. But that's not their fault. You can't make them want what you want, right? They can't make you live a life like they live, right? And I see this a lot with people that tie themselves to situationships. You're told straight off the bat, I don't want that. This is just going to be something light. But you get invested and then you're just like, oh, well, maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they'll change their mind. No, right? You can't help that. There's a different alignment in what you guys are wanting long term right now. Maybe this person isn't even thinking long term. They could just be that kind of person. Oh, let's just go with the flow. I don't plan. I don't like. All right, let's get you an archetype. Main collective. I feel you're coming out of this, but I always say emotion is, and the prayer. I feel you're learning how to deal with your emotions so much better. But that's been a theme for this collective. What makes you feel good and what makes you feel, unfortunately, uncertainty within your soul. And I think this is what your higher self is just wanting you to reflect on. I think when whoever this energy is not in your energy, I think you're learning how to thrive and soar. But as soon as there's any form of energetic alignment with this person, I do think this collective, you're dealing with it so much better. But I do think that they can, unfortunately, show you valuable lessons in emotion, right? It's like they bring out a certain emotion in you, tear, for a reason. There's just more of a deeper reflection within of maybe why. And I think this collective, and I see it a lot, when you're viewing someone as your fairy tale ending or you're putting a label on them, you excuse a lot of bad behavior. But I promise you, this collective, you were so magnetically drawn to them because of the obstacles that they create in your life and in your soul. There's something deeper within that you are being urged to heal and understand why you think that you deserve. Remember, your feminine is being unfortunately affected by lack of confidence, right? Lack of confidence in what you truly deserve. They bring this up. There's something that they're meant to teach you here. I will get your soul contract actually with this horn. The tear. The mourning, the release, and I feel you're going through it. And you're doing it in a powerful way. The rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or a situation to break into the next level of intimacy or vulnerability. And I will say right now, and I said it and I felt it in that pink deck, right now, whatever chapter you're playing out, there is a lack of vulnerability. There's a lack of depth. It's not going to work you trying to fix the stage that you're at. You guys have gone too far and built a structure that there's no coming back from unless you truly walk away and let it go. But let it go in acceptance. This is done. Not let it go and, oh, maybe if I just break this cycle, next time they're going to come back better. The next time. No, it's trusting. I need to let this go. This is dying. This is not moving anywhere. No matter how much I excuse it, no matter how many chances, the universe is trying to show you where you're stuck at. It's literally off scale. It's broken, right? If you really believe it is something bound to you that's supposed to be everlasting, walk away. Walk away. And it will be painful. I always tell you guys, walking away isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. But welcome the pain, because the pain's going to evolve you. And actually, believe it or not, you actually finally taking the strength to, no, I'm walking away from this. Your healing will become easier because you're not holding on to the what if anymore, the strategy of it, the, oh, what if they come back this way and that way. It's actually going to be easier long term. And if it is meant to be something for you, at least you'll know when it comes back the right way. I say this a lot, when you guys excuse or enable situations, you're not giving that person any kind of inner wanting to heal and change, because just how, when you meet the right person, and sometimes in this world it really is right person, wrong time. The right love, it makes us grow, but it's because of the fire of loss, right? We want to change, we want this, it's the loss of that person. This person has clearly never felt the loss of you, because it's always been games back and forth, or you eventually break, or they've never felt the loss. If this person really grew you through the loss, then they need to know they've lost you too. And if you are meant to grow them, that growth will start to happen, but you need to give them space for growth. You need to walk away and be complete acceptance of what will be will be. You can't help your energies. You're wanting something more stable than this person is wanting right now. And until that really changes, it's just going to be a triggering mess and an uncomfortable energy, an energy that there's always needing to be strategy and games. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our ego that they open up a portal to the unseen. And I always say it. Tears are true portals. I call them angel tears. They're powerful. They're magical. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do. Grieve the loss of them and accept it if you're ready to. A sinking down into disappointment or despair that once acknowledged will bring a shimmer of clarity to your dewy eyes. When you're in light, there's melody through melancholy. You're starting to flow, right? But when you're in dark, you're drowning in drama and murkiness. And I'm going to be honest, I think this person ignites drama. They clearly have baggage in their life. So you aligning to them, you align to their baggage. I always say, and that's another thing, when you choose to be with someone, you don't just choose them, you choose their family, their circle, their friendships, their trauma. Is this person worth the baggage that they come with? That's something you need to really reflect and ask yourself, because how does their baggage impact you and your healing journey? And this is why we said at the start, when you're healing for someone else and you're not healing for self, it blurs the lines and we excuse too much. When you really embrace healing for self, that's when true magic happens, because you don't accept anything less than you deserve. You understand how painful healing is and self-discovery is. So anyone that takes you 10 steps back, you nurture yourself. You don't want to align with people that are taking you 10 steps back from how far you are coming and you will be going, right? They're meant to be stirring up emotion. Remember who you are. And I can feel it, the flame within. They dim your flame. This collective, when this person isn't in your energetic tent or they're not in your physical energetic field, I guarantee you find peace, you find stillness. But as soon as they arrive, it's the uncertainty, it's the excessive emotion, it's the questioning. Is that healthy for you while you're healing, right? We just split that on Crossroads. I've got a few collectives on a Crossroads right now. I just quickly want to see what this... Remember, soul contract. This stuff needs to be healed before moving forward and stopping the orbiting, right? Okay, isn't it funny? The only card that's up. So this was destined for you guys, what you signed in your contract, the problems, the doubts, the hesitation, things always being beyond your view, confusion, indecision, misunderstandings. It was destined to be bound to you guys. But the thing is, this has not been learnt. This is what it still causes. Clouds, uncertainty, contract. It was contract, but it was destined to continue on and on and on and on and on until you learnt this. Agreement, pact, cycle, contract, partnership, trust. You don't trust in this. Alliance, circular, continuing on, learning to give yourself your own closure, right? There's a promise and a bond here from up above. 25th of June could be important. K and A initials. The fox, it was destined. So you could see yourself, so you could understand you deserve more. Redhead, you could be a redhead, they could be a redhead, but it was meant that self-interest, stealth, deceit, cunning, sly, crafty, sleight of hand, something's not right. It was destined because they wanted you to find your confidence, your self-knowing, your self-worth, that you deserve so much more. So this is what's still embedded in this connection, but have you learnt from this yet? Right? 14th of September. Empress, love yous, but you're not in there just yet. You're not in there just yet. This was meant to get you to a point of stillness, understanding your greatness, whole package, understanding who you are. Empress, things come effortlessly. She doesn't chase nothing. She literally sits on her own throne being fed grapes while her life is just becoming abundant, right? Effortlessly. She doesn't chase, she attracts. You're not, this is where you need to get to, right? We're still stuck in this mess for this collective. This, you will know. This person was meant to teach you this about yourself. You're the whole package, right? Whole package. Why would you accept anything less than an emperor by your side? Get that journal out, that inner peace. Start writing who you are. Number 3, the nervousness, the flighty behavior, all of it. It was always meant to be here to teach you this. That's it right there. That's your key. When you are finally in this energy, that's when you know it's time. That's where you need to be honest with yourself. You aren't here. How are we going to get here? Letting it go. F that. I deserve better. And solidifying this energy. You want this to move forward. You genuinely want it to move forward. Find the Empress within you. 12th of the 7th. Maybe that's when this person popped in. Or important date, birthday, clouds beyond your view. Wheel, it was destined. It was destined for you to activate to the universe around you. The signs, the synchronicities, fate. Karma, clearing off karmic debris from life after life after life. This was literally bound to this connection to make you believe. To make you surrender ego's timing, trust divine's timing, to understand you will always get what you deserve in life, but this is out of your hands. Until you learn these lessons, you're not going anywhere but on repeat, right? 6 of the 2nd, 2nd of the 6th, or 26 could be an important number. Contract. To end the season, to walk away. So until you truly walk away, and in silence, you don't need to say shit. You don't need to say, I'm walking away, I know my worth. Just walk away. End of the season. You needed to adapt through all of this chameleon deception, but still having way too much empathy. It all needed to change. It hasn't, because this collective, you need to sayonara, right? Until that happens, that is in your contract for you to walk away. For you to walk away in empowerment. Just saying. Oh my God, Emperor to Empress. They needed to evolve, and you needed to, remember what we said, growing together. Until you see an emperor and not a fox, peace out. There's the front door, right? But you needed to find your emperor strength, your direct boundaries, authority, no more. You not enabling it, you standing in strength, you soothing the chaos, you walking away to create stability and structure, right? Direct approach of no nonsense. I'm not dealing with this shit. Who do you think I am, right? And I don't even think you need to say it to this person. This is so far gone right now. Pink cards. I can't believe the cards. There's not one word you can say but choose silence here for this collective. You need to stand in your authority. Oh, to truly surrender. So for you to find your Empress, destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, the trials and tribulations were a necessity. Your sorrow, your tears, your emotional loss was a necessity. The crises you faced were a necessity to make you trust in faith. You needed the emotion, the ocean of emotion, the tears to finally get to accept the tears, accept the pain, accept the rubbish. This is, again, until you truly accept the behavior that's been done here so you can walk away in strength and see who you are, you're on pause. This collective, you need to end it. Like it says it here. Your contract, you need to end the rubbish. So until you end the rubbish, you, not them just going into ghosting and silence, but until you choose, even if it's internally, to just walk away, right? You don't need to tell them you're walking away. You just need to make that decision for. You don't need to make a big scene of it. Just do a release. Release it. And never give into it again. No Emperor, no locking in. Peace out. To finally this nervous flightiness, all of this, a catalyst for change, igniting the right energy. Effort is required. They don't need to put in effort because you're always accepting it. There was always meant to be effort for you. It was meant to be hard. It was meant to be full of obstacles. It was meant to be through sorrow, trials and tribulations. It was meant to be through clouds. It was meant to be through deception until you saw yourself and realized, I deserve so much more. Why am I putting a label on this bullshit? The reason you're putting a label on it is because it's bound to, it's an orbiting thing for a reason, but the label is blinding you. You're not healing what needs to be healed to bring it in. Biggest thing you need to realize, until you are truly the embodiment of this balance of energy, it's not going anywhere. Sorry, tough love. Be honest with yourself. This is where you need to be. Look at the rubbish behind it. Not holding on to the label. It's wanting to go, but it's legendary, it's divine love, it's a love of... Don't let it blind you no more. This ain't no love of a lifetime. You haven't experienced that yet. This is what your this is what limerence is. This is what limerence is. We romanticize the potential, the fantasy. Your fantasy is the divine journey, the this. That's what you're holding on to with this person, right? They're not showing you that. For the right collective, from day dot, it wasn't shown. It was just this accelerated, high intensity, right? Sorry, I have to say it. Because this is literally what limerence is. It's not even the person. It's the fantasy you're holding on to. Tough pill, but you're holding on to their highest potential. You're seeing the best in them before they see the best in themselves. That's what you're holding on to. The journey of reconciliation. That's not this. I'm getting you a moon card and then I'm getting you tarot. Oh, look at that. Look at that. End of a tough cycle. You've got, this has found you for strength. You either take it as strength or it's going to trigger you. That's what creates a new start. You can't have a new if you're holding on to the broken cycle. End the tough cycle. Let a new cycle begin. And don't even think you're ending it for them to come back. End it because you've had enough. And trust that whatever's coming in your new cycle, this person, the next, or whatever it is, it's a perfect start for you. It's perfectly designed for you. The universe is literally giving you this to finally close off. So you're either going to learn the lesson. I always say, it's not that anything's failed, but every time you get stuck, every time they come in, it's potential to break the cycle, but you guys are bound to your distorted energy and you just can't walk away. So if you guys learn to walk away sooner rather than later, it's not such a prolonged rubbish experience, right? This collective, you've probably had a handful, if not more times to be able to end the tough cycle. But you were always holding on to the potential, thinking that your words or being strategic or this or that would get them back by your side. Thinking that after a 10 of swords, their name popping up, oh, it's reconciliation time, right? Break it. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. It's that plain and simple. I know that sounds harsh, but they don't. They don't deserve you. You have potential to literally be Empress, Emperor embodiment of energy. Look at how the universe was reading them. A bag of a prick, and all the other cards, right? Is that what you truly believe you deserve in your life? What do you need to release? Them. To truly find you, right? I know I'm being harsh, but again, as a reader, it comes out the way the right collective needs it, and you need some tough love. You don't let this person affect your confidence no more. And it's the new moon tonight in other countries. Us, it was last night. Perfect time to release. Plant seeds for growth for self. Perfect time. Perfect timing. Don't let pride, it's pride. It is literally because you haven't won. It's the confidence. I promise you, this collective, it's pride that gets in your way every time. The more obstacles, the more you want it because you haven't won. It's that plain and simple. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If you have potential to be an empress and emperor, you are in catch already. What are you doing? You could probably have anyone if you just got yourself out there. It's your pride. I don't know if this is the first person you've had to deal with unexpected disappointment, rejection. It's normally you that walks away. I don't know what it is, but this person has affected your ego. Truly, truly. That is the only thing that's going to stop you. They're saying surrender and believe. We're trying to clear this out so we can welcome this new for you. This new's been waiting, but you keep prolonging. Let us give you the new. Surrender to us. Believe in us, because you believe in them when this person's not in your energy. It's just as soon as they come up, you're trying to control the outcome. It's not going to work. And I know this collective, you know it deep within. But it's your pride, your little shadow self, that makes you think your words or what you do or how you act can change this situation. Nah, it doesn't work like that with people that are bound for lessons. Doesn't work like that. Trust that prosperity lies ahead for you. Trust in you and the power of you. You've got this. I'm hearing that strength of a warrior. Actually, I just want to get, before we get tarot, I just want to get 3 cards. Oh, truth! Wings of freedom! You will be free. Don't be the caged bird no more. Soar above all limitations. Break free from anything that holds you down. I wonder what holds you down. By the looks of it, you've only got one thing at the moment. Be free from it. Small steps, big accomplishments. You've been weaving webs of magic the whole time, and it will pay off. It will pay off. Focus on self. Small actions lead to big rewards. Your first small action is just internally releasing it. You don't need to tell them you're walking away. Do it internally. New moon, perfect night to do it. Let it go. Focus on consistency in your life, but also you and behavior right now. Patience, prosperity is a result of your ongoing efforts. And not with this person. Life. 4. Oh my God, look at you. All yellow. You're all yellow. Harmonic convergence. Align with the cosmic flow. Trust the cosmic flow. And if this is all coming in around this time, I'm telling you, it's definitely cosmic flow. It's all opening cosmic window lesson. The universe is aligning to bring you success. Pay attention to the synchronicities, the signs being shown at the first part, and the moments. Perfect timing. Trust the universe is bringing everything together for your highest good. It is for your highest good. It's to align your empress and emperor. We should be thanking this person for their rubbish, because look what they were destined to activate in you. They were destined to activate one powerful life, right? Learn the lesson sooner rather than later, because as soon as you activate that Empress Emperor within, unstoppable life people dream of, right? Stop letting them hold you back from your powerful timeline ahead, because that's what they're doing. Look at it that way. It's like you've got the new start of in life that I'm telling you people dream of, but you're just holding on to a broken bird. You're stopping yourself from your greatness. They were destined to activate your Empress Emperor. All of that pain, literally, it's that glow up revenge in a really weird way. It really is. All of their pain was to make your greatness, to feed your greatness. That was their karma, truly their karma, to see you watch you grow and flourish, right? You should be thanking them for their bad behavior. Just saying, because you're destined for huge things because of it. It's that plain and simple. Let go of it sooner rather than later so you can soar. You've already been weaving the webs of fortune. Let it fall into place now. Trust the cosmos. We talk about the big fat present waiting at the end of the rainbow. That's what's waiting for you. Just saying. And I know what I'd be choosing. Headache or a great life. Make it make sense. Okay, let's get you tarot. Let's get you tarot. Sorry. Where did that come from? You know what I want to do? I just want to see what your energy is like when you're soaring and just on like self, and then actually no, I don't want to do that. If that, we don't need to see how this person impacts your energy. What am I even thinking? Okay, we are going to what the universe is trying to bring in for you. That's what we're going to do. Not timing of it, just what they're trying to release for you in this new start, right? Once you end this tough cycle out. What are you trying to release for this beautiful collective? Empress, truth. I keep hearing that song from the start of the reading, no matter the highs and lows. Universe sends us love notes. I wish I could sing. Oh. And then the line is every right and wrong or something. It's such a nice song. I'm assuming they're wanting to... Hold on, one more for that. What are they trying to release in this new cycle? I think they're trying to get you out of this mindset. I'm going to be honest. This Four of Pentacles, that doesn't serve anyone. It's such a frugal mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. It's always expecting the worst. It's very obsessive as well. Teaching you what to hold on to, what not to hold on to, what to hold the line for, what to persevere for, and what to let go of. I think part of this new cycle is a true shift of mindset, right? Learning when to walk away sooner rather than later, learning when there's continuous obstacles, that it truly is when there's no win situations constantly aligning into your life. All it does is just trap you. All it does is put you in scarcity and obsession. They're wanting this to be removed. The clouds, all of that stuff. They're wanting you to learn that lesson, to walk away from no-win situations. To not live in a scarcity mindset, expect the worst all the time, hold the line for things that break you, learn boundaries over emotion like this. Soon as someone, anything, puts you in scarcity, understanding that emotion on a deeper level and why that can be brought out around certain company or certain job alignments or whatever, family members, whatever it is, they're wanting you to learn this lesson. What aligns and what doesn't. What's worth fighting for and persevering and what is not, right? I always say this, I'm being called to say this. I always say, especially path of mission, yes, it seems like there's a lot of obstacles, but it's your commitment getting tested, because you're getting rewarded along the way. It's up and down, but it's a path of growth, but you get the rewards. But a no-win situation is when the same obstacle always comes, right? The same obstacle, the same layer, the same emotion, the scarcity. Like, there's a difference between commitment getting tested for the right path, right? And then no-win situations. I'm being called to say this because I think some people blur the lines. They just think, oh, my commitment's getting tested, I need to keep getting battered and that's not the case at all. It's learning where you put this excessive perseverance to, and learning where you need to put boundaries up with, right? When we have core qualities of perseverance, stamina, well-directed energy, the harder the situations, we can't help but direct those core qualities into it. But having those core qualities, you need to know where to direct it the right way, because otherwise it leads to this, right? Complete burnout. Truth. Brand new story. Another awakening. Truly reconciling past present version of self. This new cycle is meant to completely transform your mind, body and soul. It's meant to align you. This can also be a card of mission and birthright. It's meant to align you to the right thing. You can't carry this mindset into what's coming next. You will never, this is also a card of forgiveness. You'll never be able to offer this person true forgiveness until you walk away, I promise you. You might tell yourself that you can. Nah. This new cycle is literally a new story for you, especially a new spiritual story, of where to put in your excessive efforts and where to walk away from. Building, collaborating, developing your mind. It's the three masterminds coming together and making one great masterpiece, to align with the right people, to not push the right people away because of, unfortunately, the wounding you have in your soul. You have big things to achieve. You're meant to create inspiration for the world around you. So you need to feel that inspiration within self. That chakra deck that I have, the tarot, the Three of Pentacles, she's at the top of the ladder. I always see this in my mind, and everyone's trying to claw up to her, right? You're destined for really big things. You're destined to implement something amazing in this world. You need the right mindset. You need to know where to put your perseverance. I'm literally hearing creating a masterpiece. You could have a vision here, a pioneer's vision, but you're so blocked with the unnecessary. You're blocked with the mindset that does not serve you in this next cycle. And this person, let's be real, clouds, all of that rubbish, that they seem to be the block of your success. Actually, no, because you've grown because of it, but you've learned everything you can from them. They weren't blocking it, they were creating it, but you've learned everything you can. It's time to release it, right? It's time to release it. You've learned. Get around the right people now. I'm saying it for self, because people, they never admit when they're in Seven of Swords. They never admit it to themselves. And I always say you don't know when you're in Seven of Swords, because unless you're a narcissist. But anyway, it's us masking ourselves. It's us not being authentic. It's us walking around with false pretenses. It's us that are covering our internal self, right? If you were constantly drawn to people like this, it's the snake card. It's something that we embody. And I think for you, you do deceive yourself, especially when it comes to your greatness. You don't understand in the power of who you are. I feel these two here. Let's get one more to confirm. This next chapter is meant to make you break free from your own Seven of Swords and limiting beliefs. It's funny, I always say the fox is, different people depict it as different ways, but I just think when you see a fox out in nature, it shows you and warns you about manipulation, right? This fox has a sword in its mouth, and I just feel this collective, you can manipulate your thought pattern, which then manipulates your speech and authentic expression, because you're creating a scenario in your mind, distorted energy that you tend to start. We even brought up limerence, right? I feel these are the two that need to be broken free from in this next cycle. The Magician. Literally, it all comes from scarcity mindset, always fearing the worst, fearing the loss. It alienates you from the people you should be around. And I'm not going to lie. I am hearing this, I'm just going to say it. If you were connected to someone that literally everything was ripped away because of lies, deceits, hidden things, the fox in the other part that created a Five of Pentacles, that ripped everything, stripped back, you felt completely left out in the cold and unseen. One more. But first you need to learn that about self, why this comes over you. The fear of what? The scarcity of what? Especially when it comes to financial or emotional loss. You could, I don't want to say it, complete turnaround. 8 of Wands. And it all comes to this judgment and the right people around you. Major transformation within. So what would that do throughout? I always say that is a card of complete good news, soul alignment, so many different amazing directions come. That came up right. And that's a very quick moving card. Break free so you can learn these lessons for self. Learn what to put your effort into, what not to put your effort into. Learn when you start to manipulate your thought pattern. Learn when your own false pretenses and mask behavior comes up, right? What you're trying to mask with ownership. Ownership. You've romanticized the potential of someone that has not shown you what you've romanticized and envisioned them to be. Just accept it, right? You've got a huge turnaround with everything, but it comes from you and acceptance. It comes from you and awakening and truly reconciling that past version that excuses this stuff, reconciling it to your current version to connect to that highest version, to truly reconcile soul, right? And then look at the magic that happens. But it all starts with you. So what's blocking you from getting there? Last one. Big decisions on its way. Standards, boundaries, be realistic. Don't be swept away in the Queen of Swords energy. You need to be Queen of Swords, Queen of realists. They move with logic. They see the truth of the situation. They don't romanticize. Very high standards. Knows what she deserves. Your next chapter, you move with truth, not emotion. Move with those standards that you're starting to really understand who you are. Don't be blinded to your own mistruths and own things you tell yourself. Your next chapter, you stand in strength. You cut out the bullshit. And I can feel it in this. I don't swear in readings. I am freely like, you don't have to swear at people. But just finding that strength and conviction. Be around people you can trust. Be around people you can be yourself with. Let this new beginning start. Queen of Pentacles. One more. You will never accept anything less than you deserve. If you're activating this in your next point of your journey, pairing the king to your queen. Both truthful people. And king of on the top of your mountain, having your cake, eating it too, castle in the background, strong sense of self. Even if this is someone you're calling it, loyalty, ride or die energy, trust, trustworthy. Truth is a big thing. Trust is a big, that is big, right? And that's in your next cycle. I don't know about you, but I would be what you're about to embody. That's magic. That's magic. Bringing it in or internal, that is where you want to be. And this is your biggest thing. Strong sense of self, security for self, confidence for self. Those two mixed in a bag of one. Ooh, powerful. Just saying. Your new cycle is bringing in some good things, especially with that 8 of Wands, and it'll start taking off quite rapidly. You just need to start making decisions for self, true self. Don't align with anything that puts you in that. You got lightning, so that's quick. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Cobra, striking messages, shedding a layer of skin right now. Snake. It's a lot of initials here. B, G, D, M, love heart, and R. Big Pearl, don't take your gifts for granted. Remember who you are. New moon energy tonight, full moon energy, lightning. Big changes. Make the right decision for self, right? Could come in on a storm. You got the purple butterfly and the golden butterfly, so your mind's already awakening. Find those golden wings. Pisces, Aquarius energy, crescent moon energy, star energy, miracles if you allow them to come in, and white candle wax. $18 by itself. The important date coming up. 6 of the 10th, 10th of the 6th, 66, 64, 44. Mirrored numbers. Reflecting back to yourself right now. What do you need to go through internally, right? Portal energy as well. 18 again. 18's important. I would write, oh, don't write it down. Let things unfold. 18th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 8th, 4, 4 again. 4, 4, 4. Protection, commitment getting tested for self. And then 6 here. 18th of the 6th, 6th of the 4th, 4th of the 6th. All right, my loves. I love you guys. Have a good day.